going on, Jerome's Raw Real Garage Rant, because first day of legal tampering, it's underway. The Vikings, frankly, came out pretty good. And the main topic was Kirk Cousins, what was going to happen. And we've been pretty consistent in saying that, hey, we respect the hell out of what Kwesi has been doing. Basically, it was a take it or leave it situation. It's like, hey, Kirk, we would like to have you back. We don't need to have you back. But hey, if you want to play for X amount of dollars for X amount of years, likely a 1 year deal, then we could talk about it. But if you can get more money in free agency, go ahead. And Kirk, oh my God. I mean, again, put Kirk Cousins' agent in the friggin' Hall of Fame. 4 years, $180 million with $100 million guaranteed. $90 million guaranteed in the first 2 seasons, $100 total. It's friggin' unbelievable. It's insane. And here's the thing too. The Vikings obviously weren't going to get in a bidding war, right? They weren't going to go that far. And I think at maximum, maybe it would have been like a 1.5 years guaranteed. So like a 2 year, $80 million deal with like 60 guaranteed, something like that. But my goodness. And the Falcons, I don't understand it. I mean, if you're Arthur Blank, you have this young nucleus with London and Pitts and Majan. Raheem Morris is really going to fix that defense. You got some great players on that side of the ball too. Jesse Bates III, let's go. And you got Zach Robinson, a young offensive coordinator. Plus, you have the number 8 overall pick. You were in the thick, THICC, of potentially drafting a quarterback. And now you're throwing 4 years, $180 million, $100 million guaranteed at a soon-to-be 36-year-old quarterback coming off an Achilles. I don't understand it. I don't get it. Hey, hats off to you. I mean, it would have made more sense if the Falcons were a veteran-laden team and really pushing to get a Super Bowl in the next couple of years, but they weren't that. No, I mean, so the fact that you have this young team and now they're basically just saying, like, hey, we got to rally up because these next 2 years guaranteed with Kirk. I mean, that's basically going to be the window. And I don't know. I sort of feel bad for Falcons fans because I feel like if they sign Kirk to like a 2 year deal for $80 million, it's like, okay, we could work with that. But 4 years, 180, adios mio. Adios. And again, who were they bidding against? They weren't bidding against anyone. The Broncos were out. The Patriots were out. The commies. There was no other bidder. And like we said, the Vikings were getting involved in a bidding war for Kirk. So they bid against themselves. They played themselves. I can't. And also, just taking the temperature of the Falcons fan base, you can kind of tell that they're not into this. You can kind of tell that they're not hyped. I mean, when Kirk signed here in 2018, when he was a younger man, 30, or 29, going to be 30, people were divided then. Oh, 3 years, $84 million? Oh, this used to be a proper country. But now, you have this old dude coming off an Achilles who they're the franchise of Matt Ryan. They saw the fall off of Matt Ryan when he was roughly Kirk's age. So now you have multiple guaranteed years of money that is going to stick on your cap. I mean, what if Kirk has that age fall off? That's exactly what the Vikings were hedging against. That was exactly what Kwesi and company were worried about, but it's okay. It's okay. And frankly, the Vikings, I love the moves they made on defense. I love Cashman. Cashman outside, how about that? Grenard is fantastic, replacing Daniil. Van Ginkel is going to be great on the edge as well as off ball. So, the Vikings are set up pretty damn good. Oh, what about offensive line and defensive line and cornerback and running back and quarterback? It's almost like there's like 17,000 more waves of free agency and this little something called the draft coming up. And like I said, hey, I would have been fine if Kirk came back at the right price. So I have all the respect in the world for Kwesi holding the line. It's like, we will not negotiate with Kirk Cousins. We ain't going to do that, man. But could you imagine if the Vikings would have gave Kirk that 4 year, $180 million, $100 million guaranteed extension? There would have been legitimate riots. And I would have understood their side because that is stupid money. Honestly, I thought about it for a while. And again, like the Falcons were only bidding against themselves and they are not hedging against age. It is a moronic contract. It is so friggin' stupid. And yeah, I'm a Kirk Cousins supporter. I think Kirk Cousins played amazing football over the last 2 years with Kevin O'Connell. And yes, he does walk into a similar scheme with Zach Robinson with the Falcons, but that is idiotic money. That is so stupid. But I'm glad that the Vikings did not pay it. Because, again, if Kwesi would have gave Kirk that same contract, he should have been fired today. But today's a great day. Because now, but now people know the Vikings are going to trade up for a quarterback. People already knew that. So it's already baked in. So it's stupid. Oh, it's going to cost you more now. It's going to cost you a lot to begin with. Doesn't matter. So go up and get your guy. Drake May, Jaden Daniels, JJ McCarthy. Let's make it happen, Captain. That's right. And today was an inflection point. Today was a Rubicon, and the Vikings crossed it. Let the dice fly high, may the die be cast, all that stuff. Because Kirko, gone, a Viking starting over a quarterback of the future in the draft. Maybe they bring on a bridge quarterback. Maybe it's Sam Darnold. That's fine, but he's not going to be the starter. And also, I'm really glad that Baker and Russell Wilson are off the market because now they won't compare. That's it, man. But it's a new day. It's a new dawn. And Kirk, it's been real. It's been fun. 6 years, one division title, one playoff win, all that stuff. But, yes, that is not necessarily all in the quarterback, #QB wins. And Kirk, for the last 2 years, had been phenomenal. Fully understand that. But now he's starting over in Atlanta. And we've said before, it probably took Kirk about 2-3 years with the Vikings for the locker room really to be his, for it really to be his team. So now he restarts that all over again at age 36. Oh, and also Falcons fans aren't really excited about the signing. Don't they know that Kirk's wife is from Georgia? I feel like on that fact alone, they should be excited. But again, that contract is lunacy. That contract is complete Fruit Loops. Like, I don't understand it. Like, when I saw the numbers, I had to check several times to make sure that it wasn't a Barry McCockner account or just like one of those fake accounts that, oh, you do. It's just, it blows my mind. Again, I'm so glad the Vikings didn't give him that contract, and I'm a Kirk Cousins supporter over the last couple of years. So we move on. Quarterback the future. Now this is truly Kwesi and Kevin O'Connell's team. So let's find out what these guys are made of. Anyways, that's it. Raw rant. Cousins. Skull. No production value.